Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. David here.
Isaac.
And today we're going to do a reaction video on Sanji versus Rock Lee. And after this, we're going to talk about it and see where what are our
Whether
thoughts.
we agree or not.
Yeah, whether we agree with what they're going to show us here or not. Yeah. Let's dive right into it.
There are so many heroes with crazy, over-the-top superpowers, but there's one class of character everyone respects.
The master of the martial arts.
Like Sanji, the sous chef of the Straw Hat Pirates searching for the One Piece.
And Rock Lee, the
That's
hard-working
the
ninja
mouse.
warrior from the village of Naruto.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Somewhere in the vast ocean is a seafaring land of science, the kingdom of Germa.
When the king of germs decided to churn out some kids, he got an awesome idea. How about he make his kids into killer emotionless super soldiers? What could go wrong?
He forced his queen to undergo surgery that would enhance their children during pregnancy.
Yeah, she wasn't much of a fan.
So she took a drug meant to counteract the effects to hopefully ensure that at least one of her children was, emotionally stable.
A surprisingly low bar to aim for, but hey, good for her. And she pulled it off.
While most of her children were violent sociopaths, one showed no signs of their shared superhuman genetics. This is Sanji.
Oh, the poor kid didn't have a
Il
great
est
childhood.
normal.
I mean, he was surrounded by actual superhuman bullies.
All right.
But he found peace in cooking for his mom. Well, until she died, and then he was thrown in a dungeon. Look, I told you his childhood sucked.
Fortunately, Sanji eventually escaped thanks to some help from his sister, who I guess was slightly less of a sociopath, and made his way across the sea as a cook. Until he was shipwrecked and left marooned.
Poor guy just can't catch a break. But Sanji found a new daddy in the form of Pirate Redleg Zeph, who trained him in his own martial art, Black Leg style. Wait, shouldn't that be Red Leg style? I'm confused.
It's an art that
It's just a
focuses
quick
exclusively
recap, but
on
people don't
kicks,
know each
which
other,
worked
the
out
characters.
swimmingly for Sanji.
No, puns are my job. I don't need you pirating that from me.
As a chef, Sanji firmly believes his hands have no place in a fight. To him, they should be kept as pristine as possible for cooking, which is frankly wonderful etiquette. Even if his own life is in serious danger, he will not break this self-imposed rule.
You gotta hand it to him. Black Leg is like taking capoeira, taekwondo, and every other martial art with high-flying footwork and mixing them all up like a stew. And just like a tasty dish, he named his attacks after a bunch of French words, which I definitely cannot pronounce.
Though the most important to recognize is Diable Jambe, also known as the Devil Leg. By moving at incredibly high speeds, Sanji builds up friction between the air and his leg until it literally catches on fire. To do so, he'd have to be moving his legs over 11,000 meters per second.
Yeah, and that move's pretty lit. Clearly, Sanji's super fast. He's quick enough to keep up with the pirate captain Luffy, who effortlessly dodged laser beams from a robot man bear guy. It's a long story.
That's One Piece in a nutshell. A very, very long story.
Sanji's got plenty of other skills. He can kick your face so hard it makes you as handsome as that devil George Clooney. Oh, brother. Then he can start blasting and Danny DeVito you back to normal with another.
And with the sky walk technique, he can literally walk on air by, listen to this, flicking his heels so quickly he creates dozens of miniature sonic booms beneath his feet. That is insane.
Note to self, never skip leg day. In fact, forget the other days. All days are now leg days.
Sanji eventually found a true family as a chef for the Straw Hat Pirates. With them at his side, he began a hunt for the All Blue, a mythical location where every ocean in the world connects and all manner of sea life exists. A perfect spot for a chef of the sea.
But just like all of us, he had to deal with his first and much crazier family at some point. And when he did, he got an upgrade.
This is the Raid Suit, a miraculous outfit with hover boots,
So
invisibility,
he decides to
air
wear
boosters
it
for
after
increased kicking
whining
power,
about
And
it.
a snazzy cape.
Conveniently, the suit is stored in an easy-to-carry canister that can be opened for a magical girl transformation, like so. Oh, is this beer?
Wait a minute. If that's my beer, what am I drinking? I'm gonna either need to go to the bathroom or the hospital.
While Sanji may not possess the superhuman ability of his siblings, he has learned something similar yet entirely different. Hockey.
Gesundheit. This power lets people push their body to new limits in a bunch of different ways. Like with armament hockey, he can make himself hard.
Specifically to strengthen his limbs for ironclad defense and stronger attacks. However, Sanji's own speciality is Kenbunshoku, or observation hockey. With this, Sanji can detect the presence of others, including through walls. He can even predict future events, at least to some extent.
And hanging with the Straw Hats let him push his abilities to the limit. He's strong enough to keep up with the likes of Zoro, one of the deadliest swordsmen in the friggin' world.
And he could battle the marine Fujitora, who could summon meteors from the sky. The largest of which, when compared to the island of Dressrosa, appears to have a diameter of over 780 meters, and thus a kinetic energy of over 12 gigatons of TNT.
So, like, he fought a guy who could basically blow up a whole island in a snap, and then some. Let me know the next time you find a cook who can pull that off.
He has his fair share of weaknesses, though. Sanji sees himself as a gentleman, and thus refuses to fight a lady at any cost, even his own life.
And, he's absolutely terrified of drag queens. That didn't age well.
But even with the setbacks and a horrifying childhood, Sanji is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a goal. One day he will surely discover the All Blue, and whatever else comes after that.
I was looking for a light. Appreciate it.
That was a long
Konoha,
introduction.
the village hidden in the leaves, is a land of phenomenal ninja.
From Naruto to Sasuke to Kakashi, we've seen them show off their awesome talent on Death Battle before.
But one ninja student sought to prove that talent wasn't naturally born. That talent could be achieved through nothing but hard work. This is Rock Lee.
At first, Bowl Cut's path to being a ninja was anything but promising. See, the best ninja can use all sorts of ninja magic called ninjutsu or genjutsu, but not Rocky over here.
Essentially, Lee was born with a disability, unable to access the living chakra energies within his body the same way his peers could. But while this certainly made things difficult for him, he continued to train, pushing himself to become a splendid ninja.
Too bad he got paired up with Neji, who might as well have the word prodigy stamped on his forehead. Hello, irony.
With no real family to speak of, Lee had no one to guide him on his difficult path. Fortunately, he found inspiration in the form of a fellow bowl cut individual.
Might Guy, a man who is simultaneously incredibly cool and incredibly weird.
Guy saw Lee's potential and trained him to master the art of taijutsu, a ninja's physical prowess using chakra, body, and mind.
So he's not gonna be shooting fireballs or popping up clones of himself like the other guys, but he's gonna learn how to punch harder than anyone. Actually, that's exactly the point of his martial art. Strong Fist, a style that's all about shattering bones.
Not just any ninja can master the form of Strong Fist. In the hands of a novice, it's a dangerous technique. One wrong move and you could accidentally break your own limbs.
But Lee quickly got the hang of it and even learned some awesome moves, like this Killer Azuna drop on steroids, the Primary Lotus.
A technique so useful that many other ninja tried to copy it for themselves.
What a bunch of cheaters. He's also got this potion, and if he drinks it, he goes into a super zen state that makes him basically invincible.
Incorrect as usual, Boomstick. That was due to American censorship.
Right, it wasn't a potion, it was sake. Somehow, Lee's susceptibility to alcohol turns him into an instant expert in the Drunken Fist, based on an actual martial art.
You know, Wiz, I've always wanted to try that style myself, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few. What's this?
Correction. Real drunken boxers only emulate the movements of the inebriated. They're not actually. Ow!
Piece of cake. Anyway, when Rocky Road isn't totally sloshed, he's got one more ace up his sleeve. The 8 gates.
In the world of Naruto, 8 metaphorical gates exist within the human body, inspired by real-world Buddhist teachings of opening one's self to achieve enlightenment.
But in Lee's case, it's opening a can of whoop-ass.
Think of it like that horrible myth about humans using only one small part of their brain. Each open gate increases Lee's abilities in some way. For example, the first gate allows Lee to utilize 100% of his body's potential by removing inherent mental and physical inhibitions. The third gate lets him expend enough chakra all at once to perform his signature technique, the Hidden Lotus.
The first few gates are pretty chill, even if they do wear him out. Thing is, the more gates you open, the more dangerous it gets. But Lee wasn't afraid.
By the age of 13, he could unlock 5 of the 8 gates.
More than enough to keep up with the likes of Neji and honorary Green Day member Gaara. He's almost as quick as Naruto, who's dodged light speed attacks. And when he opened the 6th gate, he used it to slice up a giant meteor.
Comparing the scale of the meteor to Konoha's mountainside, and assuming Lee contributed his fair share to this group task, he must have produced a force equal to about 230 megatons of TNT.
The average nuclear bomb has a yield of about 5 megatons, so getting hit by 6-gate Lee is like having 50 nukes exploding in your face.
Now, Lee has admittedly never used the last 2 gates. However, there are multiple claims that he's mastered them by adulthood. And frankly, as the successor to Might Guy, who did unlock all 8 gates, Lee should be comparable.
Guy could make a blast the size of an island with the 7th gate. With the 8th, he could go head-to-head with the ultimate big bad, Madara. This creep was packing more power than when Naruto's chakra blew a hole through the moon. A 400 petaton explosion. That's way bigger than 50 nukes. Hell, the 8th gate can bend the fabric of space.
Just one small problem. Opening the 8th gate puts an immense toll on the body. The moment you open it, you've essentially guaranteed your own death.
Yeah, but who cares as long as you take your foe with you?
Under Guy's training and with the help of his friends, Lee has shown that he is indeed a splendid ninja. Though he never quite got the chance to prove himself against Neji.
Well, according to the wisdom of Gammy Boomstick, one's dead and the other isn't, so I think I know who won.
Tact, Boomstick. Now the villager's expert instructor in taijutsu, and with a kid of his very own, it seems Rock Lee's hard work truly did pay off in the end.
To protect and maintain one's own ninja way. The third gate, Gate of Light,
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want some of Lee and Sanji's fiery determination in the sack, check out Blue Chew.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
No matter whether it's day or night, on an empty stomach or a full one, you'll be good to go whenever the opportunity arises.
Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package.
Since they're made in the USA and Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, it's cheaper and less awkward than waiting in line at the pharmacy. And you don't even need to leave your house.
I refuse to eat this. It's far too mild, lacking in the fiery use of true spicy curry.
Mild. This is the most perfectly balanced curry around.
I see your fighting skills match your skill in cooking.
Show your chef some respect.
Respect? I'm a paying customer, and that curry was awful. Don't you like that? Look at me like that.
Picky eaters are the worst.
Why is everything so loud? Fifth gate, open! Ah! Sixth gate of view, open! Huh? Seventh gate of wonder, open! I will never give up. 8th gate of death. Open!
Since you wouldn't finish your food, I'm making you cough up whatever you've already eaten. Anti-matter! Looks like mild suited you best. My dish was too spicy for you.
It's all right.
KO! Well, I guess Lee can finally have
Reasoning first.
that bout with Neji now.
Given Lee's years of experience and the power of the 8 gates, he definitely kept Sanji on his toes.
But Sanji was no slouch himself, and like Lee, has trained all of his life.
With his speed and observation hockey, he handled even the unpredictable Drunken Fist.
And while the 7th gate meant Lee could probably blow up an island, that's not as big as the meteors the Straw Hats could handle.
Simply put, Lee had only one somewhat reliable method of a possible victory, the 8th gate. A suicide move he's never actually used before. Not really the best argument for a win on its own.
But gate number 8 could take on Madara. Sanji's tough, yeah, but he's definitely not on that guy's level. A couple big hits from the 8th gate and Sanji's nothing but paste, so what gives?
Well, Lee would have to hit him first. While Sanji's power may not compare to the 8th gate, his speed is far beyond. Recall when his fellow rubber rabble-rouser Luffy very patiently waited for a light-speed laser to reach him before dodging it. To pull this off, Luffy would have had to move 13 times faster than light.
Sanji can regularly keep up with Luffy, and this was before he even got his super fast raid suit.
Don't get us wrong, the power of the 8th gate is incredible. If we were to run this fight 100 more rounds, Lee would surely land a winning blow with it a few times.
But more often than not, Sanji's speed is pulling this one off.
Given his speed, raid suit,
I heard enough. This is how it's going to go. Sanji is going to die before he even once Lee.
Well, actually,
No, once Lee
observation haki.
they all have it in Naruto.
No,
we went
they
over
don't all
this
have
last
it.
time. They all have it in Naruto.
Name
They
one instance when a ninja used observation,
The
a
best-
skill like observation
the
haki.
best timing is what's her name? The best one is what's her name? Sasuke companion, that girl. Red-haired
Oh
girl.
yeah, that's sensory.
The
Yeah, because they
sensing-
do sense.
They sense
yeah.
stuff. Like Madara was able to sense the first Hokage all the way back in Konoha. He was like, oh, he's already here? And Hokage was like, oh, is that Naruto? Oh, he already mixed. And he's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they use it to predict attacks and sense, oh, you're behind me, or you're coming here. That's what all the top ninjas do. That's why
That's,
they can.
that is true. They do all.
It's the same thing.
sense
It's
attacks
just
coming.
different context and
But
way
do
of
they all
using it.
sense things? I mean,
They don't get to the point of foresight like in One Piece, of course. But even in One Piece, only a select few has foresight. So Sanji doesn't have foresight.
I mean, according to what
No,
this guy was
it's not
saying.
foresight. That guy says he
Man, what
predict.
isn't foresight in One Piece? You know, everybody who can like sense a little bit, who uses observation, like it pretty much has foresight.
No, you don't. You
No,
don't.
seriously.
Foresight is actually seeing
Remember
what's
mantra?
going to happen. Okay, but yeah, that would.
Foresight.
Okay, that's something for later on. But right now, Sanji, okay, the mistake they did is they compared either pirates' feats.
Yeah, when they're having Zoro
Yeah.
slice the meteor.
It's not
I'm like,
because
it's
they're
not
saying
because
this just
Zoro
because-
sliced the meteor that he's gonna like.
Because they're seeing they're on par with each other. They fight a lot. No, they're not playing. They're not fighting seriously. If Zoro wants to kill
He's gonna
Sanji,
kill
he's
him.
going to kill Sanji. It's that clear. And the same thing for Luffy. It's not because Luffy.
Yeah,
fine,
they're not fighting seriously. They're not fighting. He keeps showing that. I'm like,
It was
they're not
just
fighting
just
seriously.
like a scrap between Jinbei and Luffy, and then Sanji ran in the middle. And it's not like he tried to stop. He was just running in the middle, and boom, he happened to be there. See, that's not fair. And using those feats and like, okay, you see, he can keep up with somebody who can move faster than light means he can move. That's it. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
It's not because it's.
I
We
don't
take the
agree
same
with
thing
the
in Naruto.
argument
It's
here.
not because Guy brought Jubi Madara close to death with the 8 gate means he's going to do the same thing to the first Hokage with the Jubi. Oh, because I already gave him a serious blow, I'm pretty sure I can do the same thing for that guy that this guy gets scraps with often. No, it's been stated that the first Hokage is stronger than Madara all the time. So you give the first Hokage...
Except when he has the
well,
10 tails.
the 10 tail, but you give the first Hokage the
If you
10
give
tail.
it-
Okay, who...
So would... Yeah, I don't think Guy would... Nah.
He wouldn't even be able to land that fist, that last kick thing. I don't think he would be.
Night Guy.
That
That's a
that
good
was
attack.
that was a good attack. That was nice. But see, this is what I don't like with death battles. Those guys, they do a good job. Like they can amplify the like.
I
this is
also
good.
don't like how, like, he's not taking damage. You know, like, he took all of this... I can't go back here. Like, he's getting punched or whatever from, like, all those other gates when he started opening the gates, and he's not taking damage. Like, why isn't he taking
It's
damage?
because in their point of view, his Aki is better.
He's
it's
okay. But
tough.
we've talked about this spiritual energy, blah blah blah.
Exactly, but they don't. They see this is the part where I don't like when they double into Naruto and One Piece. Stop! You guys don't know what you're doing, okay? Because if you go to the fundamentals, like you go to the basics of each animes and what their abilities are and blah 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 blah, that's where you realize, oh, this one has the edge. But they don't. They just go to the superficial. They look, oh, this guy did this guy did that, but he break this island that's this size and blah 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 blah. Means his kids are stronger than
Yeah,
a
like
nuke.
the argument of like the amount of like, oh, training his whole life. I'm like, actually, Rock Lee has been training his whole life
More than him.
than he
Yeah.
has. So
And that's not. And if they're going to compare, even compare Lee to Guy, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You
No,
cannot
it's-
compare them.
well,
because-
actually, it's you. I would rather compare them to these two. Also, Lee can use his hands.
Yeah.
Okay, he can use 4 limbs. He can only use 2.
This is it's because they didn't actually do. They usually do a good job, but most of the time, once it comes to the Naruto and the One Piece stuff, they mess up a bit.
That's why I don't like these cross-world stuff. You see? That's why I don't like
No,
it. Because it's not easy to do.
It's easy to do if you don't just go. You go base to with the feet.
Yeah, you have to like really go
But
and
they
study.
don't. No, they don't go with the feats. What are the Sanji feats that he can do?
He can use this air walking
they-
technique
they
that
could-
those losers use. That they beat the CP9 without learning how to walk in air, and then he was like, "Let
But
me use this technique.
it's
Let me learn
crazy.
this thing that I those losers were using." I don't understand that. I was like, "How is this an upgrade?" They beat the CP9 who were using these techniques without knowing these techniques. So why would it be an upgrade for you if you can beat someone who uses it?
I'm pretty sure they just needed something new for Sanji, and they just
Why don't you give him something cooler? Something
they were thinking
something that
about
didn't-
bringing his original
something
powers
that didn't
back.
lose. Something that didn't lose. You know, it's as if like after those 2 years, Luffy came back and he learned the Tekai, like that Iron Body thing. And I'm like, wow, great use of 2 years, guy. You did a good job during
But
these
he
2
did
years.
more.
Learning this worthless skill.
He went there to learn his Aki.
No,
blah,
that's
blah, blah,
but that's
blah.
the point. You see, he comes back with like useful stuff. You know, like
I get
Gear
it, I
4,
get it, I
like
get it.
great. He comes back with something that we've seen people do it, and we saw you beat those people who use this technique.
No, we
Why
saw
are you
Sanji
learning this
we
technique?
saw Sanji come back with something great too. He can use blue fires now. In Wano, he's
In Wano.
yeah, he's using
In
like
Wano.
super hot fire.
In
that
Wano.
even-
Though
yeah,
Wano's
that-
like a long time after.
that even Marco is like, oh, those blue flames.
Maintenant aussi, il y a les Blue Flames. Vous, vraiment, vous connaissez.
I understand, Isaac. He
I
gets
cannot
triggered.
believe now he has blue flames. What's next? Pink flames? Yellow flames? Where's all this fire coming from? According to their own explanation, he spins like this. The friction makes the fire.
No, it's not true.
You see, they keep contradicting.
No. The
Okay, I'm sorry.
friction-
No. This is not what we're supposed to be talking about. I have a lot of problems with One Piece. I'm just gonna say that. There's a lot of contradictions, and I don't like that. Anyway, back to this thing here.
But this thing here is it's not right. Rock Lee wins this.
Yeah,
Because
Rock Lee does win this.
if we just go by each of the characters' feats, Sanji has no feats where he's even able to
Well,
match.
Okay, so he did
Rock's
hold
Lee.
off Doflamingo for a few seconds.
Because Doflamingo was trying to kill him. Since when? Doflamingo
he was trying to kill him.
Doflamingo wasn't going serious. He wasn't serious.
Yeah, and Ezio was about to kill him.
Yeah. But
That shows how weak he is.
Yeah. When Doflamingo gets serious, he awakens his devil fruit. That's what he did versus Luffy. He's like, okay, I'm going to take this seriously. He awakened his devil fruit. He didn't do it for him. That's why people think if it was Zoro, we wouldn't have seen Luffy versus Doffy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, and the gap between these two, I think
No, it's
a
appropriate.
real gap, though. No, I
Yeah.
mean between Sanji and Zoro, there is a huge gap there.
Yeah, it's supposed to
It's
be.
really
that's
big.
That's why he's number 4.
Who's number 3?
They
Oh,
they
Jinbei is number
Yeah,
3?
they placed the orders. Like after Jinbei joined and they won Wano, like their new bounty came in and they placed the orders. It's Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei, then Sanji.
That's kind of disrespect on Jinbei, though. I mean, he was a warlord and
I
whatnot.
don't care. I
No,
don't care.
that's really disrespectful.
You are
That's
you
disrespectful.
are not placing Jinbei above Zoro.
Jinbei above
I'm
Zoro.
sorry. The best they can do, place them at the same level. Best you can.
That's a high disrespect.
No.
High level, same level, d'accord. Okay, sorry. When I get really worked up, I start throwing some French in there. But come on, you can't disrespect. How can you disrespect? Go on. No! How can you disrespect Jinbei this way?
I'm sorry.
He's been a pirate
Look,
for a long time.
look.
Attends, wait a minute.
And
Jinbei
Doflamingo was
is
a pirate.
known.
Doflamingo is a pirate for a long time too, and Luffy won. It doesn't mean
Plot
because you've been
armor.
No.
Katakuri's
On Doffy-
been there for-
No. On Doffy,
Who's
it's
that
not
other
plot.
guy? That dragon guy. Kaido's been a pirate for a long time.
Yeah, and he lost. So
Plot
what's your plan?
Armor.
Okay, no, there, yes, but not on Doffy. On Doffy is
Wait,
different.
even on Doffy.
No, Doffy was weak compared to Luffy. He
Man,
was
Monsieur
weak.
Doflamingo.
No.
Let's not go back. Back here. Let's go back
No, but look, see, this is what I don't like. Don't take other people's feats and you place them as his just because we saw him sometimes hang with him in a fight, and you're like, that's not a serious fight. A serious fight, if Luffy really wanted to fight Jinbei seriously, he would have gone Gear 4 and faced Luffy, and let's see if Sanji would have taken that.
No, Sanji can't. No, the gap between those is too great. So I don't see. I mean, they were talking about in terms of their speed here.
Yeah,
Now
even
we've
this-
determined that the ninjas in the Naruto world.
They move at light speed. Every single one who can do the flicker thing moves at light. They're not my words. They wrote it in the manga. He wrote it down. Oh yeah, he just flickered. That's light speed. I'm like, all right, it's light speed.
So if every ninja moves at light speed, and they can sense, because they can sense, we've seen it all. They can sense the enemy.
They can sense.
So then
Just some of them just do it at a different level than others, but all of
then
them can
Sanji
sense.
doesn't win, and he definitely doesn't win once that 5th gate is open.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Especially
just
not-
no, just no, like
Especially
no.
not 8. Okay, let's give him the benefit of that. He went to 8.
Yeah, and
And
8, and
won?
he made him lose a leg. Yeah.
And he cut him in half just because he pulled his leg with Haki.
Like,
It's not.
but actually, wait,
Did
hold
they-
on.
Yeah.
Can Lee use a chakra?
Yes, that's why he can't even use the 8 gates, because he uses chakra. Lee can use chakra.
He just can't do ninjutsu
Yeah, he
or
can just
genjutsu.
tap it to use
Right.
it for ninjutsu. That's all. But he can use it.
Yes. So then in this case, we have to agree
And
that.
people, this is something like you have to be like a Naruto fan to know this, like because people don't usually know this, but people in Naruto actually quote themselves with chakra every time they fight. Sakura in Shippuden is the perfect example. She says that Tsunade taught her every time she hits or trying to punch, she has to quote her feats with
No,
chakra.
but actually, no, I don't think that's true because when they do that, that makes that attack stronger. You know, Asuma.
Yeah, that exactly.
but
So
that's-
it's the same thing for
No,
Haki.
it seems like not everybody does that.
No. There's a difference. With Asuma, he brings his chakra into wind and brought it like it's visible now. That's why his blades
Yeah,
are
but even
there.
with
It's
with
visible.
Tsunade and Sakura, you know, like when they do that, you can see the impact.
Yes, but
Versus when they're not doing it, which it seems like most people don't do it.
But Rock Lee does.
Does it?
Look, in the first yeah, was it the first or the second? I think it was the first meeting Sasuke versus Rock Lee. Chunin exam. Sasuke is about to fight Neji. And Rock Lee just comes in the middle and stops. What did Sasuke say? The amount of chakra pressure in his arms is stuck my leg. So he's using chakra to do every single movement that he's doing. That's why Rock Lee's punches and kicks are so strong. If it was just himself, and it wouldn't be that strong.
It wouldn't make that sense. Would
It
it?
wouldn't make that sense. That's why every time they open the gate, they're so strong. They destroy everything around them.
Yeah, well, definitely at the opening of the gate here, I'm just like, this doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
No,
Even
just no.
even if Aki is that strong for him to be able to cut Rock Lee in half, fine. But before he even gets there, Rock Lee bleeds him. The speed difference is just
Yes,
Yeah.
ninjas move at light speed.
Yeah.
In the Naruto
in
world.
the Naruto world. So don't go into Naruto world. Even the grandma with the stick might move at light speed. You never know. But yeah, that was our 2 cents on this. But those guys do a very good job. They did the Ichigo versus Naruto. That one made a lot of sense. Naruto won,
Of course, he won.
but the thing is, they actually explained because everybody had their own feats. And they showed everybody's feet, and they even showed
Yeah.
that
What's
Naruto
one
can
of,
see him.
what's one of Ichigo's feats? Stopping that fiery bird. Remember that bird?
Yeah, that's one of the
How I always thought that was just a load of crap. I'm like, you know how they hype that bird so much, you're like, oh, that thing, nobody can stop it. And he's just like a brand new Shinigami, and you know, harmlessly, casually, just with the blade like that. I was like, what the
That was dumb.
Oh
that was
my
dumb. But
God.
he had he had multiple huge feats.
He had quoi?
But
Ah,
not
okay.
huge feats, but not
Fine.
like Naruto. Especially people are like, well, he's a soul reaper, so you can't really touch him or see him. Naruto has touched his soul before.
No, wait, yeah, so back to this soul thing. See, as you remember how it takes a lot. Oh, no, you're right. Because whenever that Soul Reaper thing appears in Naruto, they can see him.
They see him.
Yeah, they see him.
They
do.
see him.
They do see him.
Yeah.
They even cut him.
Yeah.
No,
No,
have to
they
cut the
can't.
person.
They can't touch him.
So
but-
how can he touch him?
But Naruto goes to a different level. When he's in his Kurama mode, he can touch it.
Oh, yeah, with his extra
Yes.
chakra hands things. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
his hands are coated in chakra, so he can do whatever he wants. Either he uses the chakra hands or he just uses his own hands. We seen it when he faced Nagato. When Nagato came back,
Yeah, pulling his soul, and then he was pulling his.
he grabbed it. He can see it and grab it too. So people are like, well, he can't even see Ichigo. The problem like, it's right there. So we were just talking about it just to show like they did a very good job, but
Right,
here
absolutely.
they messed up. Like
I mean, no,
people's
they're giving their, you know.
no, but
their
they're trying,
opinion, of
they're
course,
trying
here,
to
but-
be no. They say they're trying to be partial.
Impartial.
Impartial. Impartial. If you're going to be impartial, you actually have to show their feats. Don't take Zoro's him being able to cut whatever this and
Well, I think he kicked like the half that, because like the big one was
no,
coming
he
down.
didn't. He didn't.
He didn't even.
He
touch-
didn't.
Oh well.
After
half.
Zoro cut it in half, he realized, oh, I didn't destroy it. They're both going to fall. Zoro didn't even destroy it. It's Mihawk who showed up and boom, destroyed the entire thing with one swing.
And you call him a fraud.
He's
Mihawk.
a fraud. He's a
Please.
fraud.
Every once in a while, he shows up a little bit.
Everybody who's at his level is able to destroy
Stop.
that thing. Okay? You send a crocodile. What is this? Send. That's what he's going to do. It's facts.
Anyway.
But yeah, that was our 2 cents on this. You guys, you could have done better, but this was really entertaining. I mean, just seeing what could have happened, but it was fun. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check us on TikTok, Instagram too, and on YouTube Shorts. Bye. Peace.